Senator Wyden, thank you for your time. My name is Timmy Doris. I'm an MSW student at ASU and a frontline social service advocate in Oregon. I'm here about the One Big Beautiful Bill and its proposed SNAP cuts. My goal today is simple: ask you to block the cuts and champion specific fixes that keep Oregon families fed and our local economy stable. In my role, I work with families who use SNAP to keep food on the table while they navigate rent, childcare, and volatile work hours. I'm meeting with you to urge concrete legislative actions because the evidence is clear that SNAP reduces hardship and is one of the most effective anti-hunger tools we have. The OBBB would reduce or restrict SNAP through tighter eligibility and expanded work time limit rules. In practice, these provisions increase administrative churn and push working families off benefits, especially in rural and tribal communities. The timing is harmful. 13.5% of U.S. households were food insecure in 2023, a significant jump from the prior year. Oregon tracks these national pressures with food insecurity estimated at about 14.2% statewide. This is a right to food and equity issue. SNAP participation spans rural, small town, and metro Oregon. Cutting it would disproportionately harm children, elders, people with disabilities, and communities facing structural racism, while shifting costs to food banks, schools, and hospitals. SNAP is both effective and countercyclical. During weak economies, each dollar in SNAP spending generates roughly $1.5 in GDP as families spend benefits quickly at local grocers and markets. That stabilizes businesses in Oregon communities that depend on everyday food purchases. On the ground, Oregon's Hunger Network reports surging demand, roughly 2.5 million food bank visits in the most recent year, well above pre-pandemic levels, signaling that families are already stretched. Pulling federal nutrition support now would push even more households into emergency lines and strain small grocers who rely on SNAP sales. Independent analysis show that broad SNAP cuts would cause households in every state to lose essential support, worsening food insecurity. By contrast, protecting inflation indexing and broad-based categorical eligibility targets help where it's needed most and reduces bureaucratic churn. Senator, as Oregon's senior senator and a leader on federal tax and social policy negotiations, I respectfully request that you, one, publicly commit to vote no on any OBBB package that includes SNAP benefit cuts, stricter timelines, time limits, or eligibility rollbacks. Two, file and champion amendments to strike the SNAP cut sessions, restore inflation indexing and broad-based categorical eligibility, and protect exemptions for caregivers, students, and people with disabilities. Three, lead a dear colleague letter to build a cross-caucus block against SNAP cuts and publish the signers before markup. Request from CBO a distribunal analysis comparing household impacts of SNAP cuts versus the bill's high income tax expenditures so Oregonians can see who bears the cost. And five, do 2 Oregon site visits within 30 days, one with the Oregon Food Bank Network and one with a rural grocer, followed by a joint public statement opposing SNAP cuts in OBBB. You'll have broad in-state cover for these steps. SNAP reached about 772,000 Oregonians in fiscal year 2024 and brought roughly $1.6 billion into our state economy, touching rural, small town, and metro households alike. Protecting SNAP is good policy and good economics for Oregon. Thank you for your leadership and for considering these specific actions. I'm happy to share draft amendment text and district level data packet. Thank you, Senator. I look forward to your office's reply on these 5 requests.